start by taking your business hat off for a minute and put your consumer hat on. Think about a recent interaction with a business where you walked away shaking your head thinking, man, they just don't get it. We all have stories, right? Think about how that made you feel. Frustrated, maybe disrespected, like you didn't matter, or maybe it made you angry. So what did you do next? Did you go and talk to the business owner or manager? Did you go on their website and contact support to let them know? If not, why not? Did you tell someone about your experience? Did you chat about it online? Well, this is interesting because if you asked any business owner in your community if they believe they provide a superior customer experience, they would probably answer yes, followed by the statement, well, nobody's complaining. Guess what? Only 4% of unhappy customers actually complain. So yeah, that statement is not a valid metric that brings forward any sort of conclusive data. But they're not alone. In a recent study, 80% of businesses surveyed believed that they deliver superior customer experience, and yet only 8% of their customers agreed. Businesses make their first mistake right here. They believe that if the customer isn't complaining, that they're happy. Wrong. Every business has blind spots. This is a massive one. You could drive a freight train through the statistic. And this is where money is leaking out of your downtown district, business by business, transaction by transaction. But, where there's a challenge, there's always an opportunity, right? So we're going to focus on how to dial in right here and turn the opportunity into profits. Most companies think the key to growing their business is expanding their brand awareness, right? It seems logical. They want to keep the funnel filled with prospects and with new customers. But when we look at the perfect customer life cycle, the left side is where businesses are focusing. They're focusing on getting traffic and converting that traffic into sales. And certainly, most business books are written about that left side of the spectrum. Companies invest a lot of money in their marketing budget on acquiring new customers through advertising like direct mail or glossy magazines or coupon books or online advertising, yada, yada, yada. We get this question a lot from business owners. Pamela, how do we use social media to grow our sales? Investing in social media, or any kind of media for that matter, is wasted investment if the business is fair to middling in their customer experience. So we're going to drill down into that area. Where the opportunity for sales growth lies is what happens on the right side of that continuum. It's during and after the transaction. And why is that? Well, it's less expensive to get an existing customer to repurchase than to acquire a new one, right? That equates to higher profits. And we all know this. This is like Business 101. But how do you take a concept like that and you actually turn it into something tangible, like an action? This is the key. You ready? The most interesting thing about the way the internet is shaping business is being driven by consumer behavior online. What the customer is thinking and feeling about their transaction, and as a result, what they're doing online is what's interesting. And boy, does this get juicy. So let me explain this further. Before technology, word-of-mouth marketing moved at the speed of two people talking over a fence, right? This is like what our parents did and our grandparents. Today, consumers are bombarded with a chaos of information. Differentiating your business is as simple as zagging when everybody else is zigging. Businesses that stand out today are doing one thing differently, and it's enormously powerful. They have shifted from their headspace. This is the analytical. This is the process. These are the systems. They've shifted down to the heart space. This is where the relationships are built. This is where engagement happens. This is where connections happen. And they're doing little unexpected things that creates a pattern interrupt in the consumer's mind. It makes the customer feel like they matter, like they're valued, and that their business has a sense of urgency to it, right? Like their business depends on the customer, because it does. And that connection has been lost with technology. So I wish I had time to share with you the story of an electrician in my town who did this so authentically in one phone conversation with me. That's right. There was not even a transfer of money. That anytime I hear of someone needing an electrician, I tell them they have to call my guy. I feel so loyal to him that he's my guy. So we all have our guy, right? Anyway, businesses that don't get this are suffering in ways they don't even realize by virtue of consumer behavior online. Technology has given customers a mighty sword to wield. So as they pass through the pixels and they share their emotions, the effects are far-reaching. And this is positively and negatively on business. And we call this the 10-second sledgehammer. These emotions are expressed online for everyone to see. They don't go away. And these emotions are validated by others with shared experiences. And that makes them feel good, right, when people validate our feelings, because everybody's nodding their head saying, yeah, you know, you're absolutely right. The power has shifted to the customer, and they're now in control, and they're dictating through their opinions the purchasing behaviors of untold prospects who are searching online for a solution. This is why creating exceptional customer experiences is more important now than ever before. Here's an example of how this plays out, and most of us are familiar with this. This is from Yelp, and the reviews are from a restaurant that I ate in, it was in downtown Portland, Oregon. And I was hopping on there just to vent about my one-star experience, and I began reading the nearly 500 reviews from their customers. Interestingly, they were mostly either 1-star or 5-star reviews, but they were all rooted in very high emotion. Not surprisingly, there was no response from the business to any of these reviews. No thank you, no sorry, no acknowledgement. And this further fuels the customer's emotion when no one even takes the time to engage with us, right? Businesses can not only design this conversation, they can actually engage with the customer, they can control it, and they can drive a desired result. When we work with communities, this is exactly where we focus, because this is where the big money is on the table, and our job is to help businesses take that money off the table and put it in register. Businesses believe that they compete with national brands, but they don't, especially these small locally owned businesses. People will drive further and they'll pay more for an exceptional customer experience. Besides, small businesses have a major advantage that comes in the form of agility. All a small business has to do is make a decision, and they can affect change immediately in their business. And doing that with an enterprise level company is like turning the Titanic. So this means that every transaction with every customer needs to be approached from the belief that they are going to influence the purchasing behaviors of others who are searching online. Not to mention that it's just the right thing to do, right? From a value standpoint, to treat people with dignity and respect. Yet few businesses are getting this right now, and it's positively mind-boggling to me. Reviews provide the critical social proof that consumers need to make a purchasing decision. As a matter of fact, other than a referral from a friend or a family, online reviews are the most powerful influencer in the customer's decision-making process. 70% trust online reviews. These are from people they don't even know. So you don't believe me? Okay, well, let me ask you a few questions here. Last time you purchased an appliance, did you go on Amazon and read the reviews? Were you influenced by those reviews? Last time you wanted to watch a movie on Netflix, did you look at the star rating and make a decision based on that rating? Last time you wanted to go eat in a restaurant, did you go online and do a search, and did you read the reviews? Were you influenced by those reviews? Let's revisit the slide from this restaurant in Portland. You might think when you're looking at this that the owner would have everything that they need to make a decision and implement positive change in their deliverable. But again, the posted reviews just tell a part of the story. We need to drill even deeper. If I were to ask you, what's the opposite of love? Most people would answer hate, right? They think love and hate are on the opposite sides of a coin. When it comes to customers, love and hate are actually on the same side of the coin. Why is that? Because you can get equally important information from customers who love you as you do from customers who hate you. Important information that helps you understand how effective you are at delivering your products and services, right? So you're probably asking yourself, okay, great. If love and hate are on the same side of the coin, what's on the opposite side? The opposite of love and hate is indifference. The indifferent customer is extremely problematic to a customer for a number of reasons. You know, they could take you or leave you. They don't feel any emotion towards you. They could care less if you succeed or fail. They'll never provide you with any feedback. They're vulnerable to your competitors' offerings because they don't feel any loyalty to you. But what's most scary is that you don't know how to identify the indifferent customer. They're kind of like a gas cloud. Well, how do you change this? How do you take an indifferent customer and turn them into an advocate, someone who promotes you both offline and online? It's really pretty simple. You begin by taking the customer's temperature during the transaction. Survey the customer in the moment as to whether you've provided value. So here's an example you can bring forward to your businesses and your districts so that they can start to dip their toes in the water and experience how this works. This is a free and super easy tactic to implement in their business starting today so that they can begin to turn this tide and increase customer loyalty. Okay, so reach out to the businesses in your district and just have them create one question that asks a pretty simple question. At the end of the transaction, you want to just try to understand this. Did we provide excellent service for you today? This is just an example, super simple question. Did we provide excellent service for you today? How the customer answers this question will drive the next step for the business. So, for example, if they were to say, you guys are awesome, we love you, absolutely, we're coming back, then the next step as a business owner is to educate the customer, let them know that reviews really help your business grow, and would they be so kind as to hop on Yelp or one of the other more than 50 ratings and review sites out there and throw a 5-star review your way, okay? Now, if you get a tepid response to that question, how we doing, then this is the opportunity to dig deeper and to find out why. This is when we move the indifferent customer into a place providing information. By asking just a few simple questions, you will identify the gaps. Remember that 80-8 statistic? You think you're all that in a bag of chips, and your customer is thinking, not so much. This is gold right here. Yes, it hurts for a bit because it's a little bit like saying, like somebody telling you that your baby's ugly. Just ditch your ego and listen to understand. Use this feedback to make decisions about how you improve the delivery of your product or your service and how to train your staff and how to hire the right people. Remember, a 5-star review tells other people looking online for a solution that you're the best there is. And this is the critical social proof for decision making. So shameless self-promotion here, but this is my book on Amazon. And I even use this strategy for selling my book, making sure that I have a 5-star review on there. And I use testimonials on my website. And you can do the same thing as a downtown manager for your website. Provide testimonials from your business owners and visitors who come to your communities. What are people saying? That helps fuel that social proof. Remember, the goal is to collectively move the dial in a business district by improving the customer experience one transaction at a time. And that is what will magnetically draw in residents and visitors who enjoy being treated with respect. And that's when you experience a boom in the economy. Remember, happy customers willingly will spend more money. So let's go out there and create some more happy customers. So thank you. If you'd like to learn more about how to bring this content forward in your business district, just kick it old school, call me on the phone, or if you want the slide presentation, just drop me an email and I'll happily send you the link. And back to you, Rebecca.